Hi, and welcome to Chef Ray's Treasures of Food. It's all about color with Chef Ray's Treasures of Food. If there's no color on the plate, I'm not gonna eat. I wanna eat before I taste the food, so therefore there has to be color on that white plate. Simple as that. Hello and welcome to Chef Ray's Treasures of Food. Today I get the opportunity to go back where it all started. I'm in the home of my first family, my first family, and I call them the McGradys. I'm here this morning. I'm going to do breakfast for Tracy. Breakfast was one of the favorite meals of the day for him. I'm going to do his favorite, which is some shrimp and grits. And for Miss McGrady, we're going to do a healthy spinach omelet. But I'm honored to be back where it all started, and we're gonna sit back, have some fellowship, and just laugh about the good old times. All right, so I'm back where it all started this morning. I even got my old boss. Actually, she still acts like she's my boss when I talk to her. Miss C, as I call her. I met you when you answered the door that day. You were in workout clothes, and you still look the same. Still 15.
19.
19.
19.
Couple years. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, I've got some gray now. I didn't have gray when I started.
It's good though.
Kind of salt and pepper, right?
It's sprinkled in,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's the look. People are actually going to dye their hair gray nowadays. Can you
Really?
believe that? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll keep it.
Yeah. Keep it.
Yeah.
People are paying money.
Well,
for
let me
that.
tell you a funny joke. So I still had my T-Mac jersey, chef jackets, and I went to put one on.
Oh.
I put it on.
You put it on.
It didn't quite come to the center.
That's okay.
So I said, you know what? I got plenty of T-Mac attire. So.
Yeah. You can just use it for like a little cape or something.
All right, so listen, I bought Mr. T his cheesecakes. Don't let the ghost whisper, whoever it was that.
Sometimes I like you, sometimes I don't. You gave me,
Where's that cake?
I feel horrible. That's why I think you texted me that night and I didn't respond because
Yeah.
I came home and crashed. I literally sat in my truck. I had a fork in my truck. I keep plastic utensils. I sat in that parking lot and I literally ate half the cake. Isn't that horrible?
No, because you had.
It's horrible.
I mean, you're good with your diet,
Yes,
so
but still,
we'll blame it on the freshness. It was hot.
and it was warm.
It was
and
out the oven.
icing.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! I literally sat there.
So we'll blame it
And I
on
kept
the.
saying, okay, one more bite, one more bite, one more bite. One more bite literally turned into half the cake. I felt horrible.
Well.
Horrible.
Well, don't let the ghost whisperer walk off with your cheesecakes.
Okay.
And Mr. T calls and asks, Chef, I thought you bought cheesecakes. I'm like, yeah, I bought cheesecakes. Miss C is actually a PhD candidate. I made a mistake last week when I saluted her. I called her a student.
It's
But she's
okay.
actually a candidate now.
Yes, I am in the midst of this doctoral degree, and this is my kitchen area. So there's so much studying and reading and paperwork and articles, and so I start off in my office and it gets too cluttery. Then I move to the kitchen area because it's cleaner, and now this is getting all cluttery. So now I've moved into the dining room with all my books and papers. So, but anyway, yeah, it's going really good. I literally have one more year left. I have submitted the first half of my dissertation, and it's been approved, so all is going well. So basically, my research is centered around the impact that Black fathers have on their teenage daughters, looking at how they impact their daughters' self-efficacy and motivation.
Finishing your PhD, what's your impactfulness?
I'm really thinking about maybe connecting with the university, maybe being a professor, looking at some other roles within the university. And I'm also tinkering about I don't know. I keep having.
Speak it to life.
I
Speak
know.
it to life.
I
Speak
keep.
it to life. I put you on. I put on the spot. Y'all.
Yeah, you can. I keep having these little internal nudges about possibly opening up a school.
There we go.
Yeah, so it was hard to say a high school. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
And as far as when I was working for you guys, I remember when Mr. T did the Dorfor project there, which a lot of people don't really know how much work Tracy has done in Africa.
Yeah.
So I could see that happening.
Yeah, we'll see something, within that education realm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, here's our PhD candidate. Applause. So, as you can see, we've got our grits ready. And now I'm going to start the omelet. Fresh bell peppers. I'm going to put my wing in here. I'm going to add my egg whites. Then we're going to take our spinach pepper here.
What you got? I'm hungry too, Chef.
You hungry?
Hell yeah.
I got you ready, boss. Mr. T, I went to put on my old jacket from 2006. He's shaking his head like, but Mr. T, the truth of the matter is I'm not exactly the same size I would, but I'm in between the same size.
Yeah, you put that
Look
on.
at that one? Okay. Yeah, I do too, Mr. T. And I got my matching shoes. It tells you all the awards, all your accolades. Yes, Hall of Fame. So I thought this morning, Mr. T, how you used to tell me, I need to learn to brag on myself just a little bit. Well, there's several things that most people know Mr. T by. It's 13 for 35.
Somewhere like that, yeah.
I was actually at that game, but I had to leave early to come cook fried chicken for after the game.
That's what it was.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I left right when you started hitting. By the time I get to the house, I'm like, oh man, I missed the fullness of it. But the most important thing is there's not too many chefs out there that can say they actually worked and cooked for a Hall of Famer. So that's my claim. Is I worked and cooked for a Hall of Famer for 5 years, and I'm still standing.
Did it? Yeah, the press on.
Some of this chef Ray cooking, you know what I'm saying? When you first got up here to Houston, he used to put it down, boys. He used to put it down. Lord, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Thank you, Chef Ray, for preparing this food. May it nourish, strengthen our bodies in Jesus' name. Pray, amen.
Jesus' name, amen.
Mr. T, what you gonna drink?
Come on, Chef.
I know that's the thing is the lemonade, and you mix cranberry. See, when Mr. T left Orlando, came to Houston, there was 2 players. There was Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, and I worked for one of them. That's Tracy McGrady, and those were the 2 top players for at least the 4 years that I know of. When I first did the taste, they're actually in a different home now, but it's kind of set up the same. But when I went to the tasting, Mr. T was flying in from, was it Florida today, I think? Let's see.
That was 50 years ago.
Well, we're waiting on him, but I think it was Florida. I was thinking. But I had no earthly idea who I was doing the tasting for until Mr. T walked down the hallway and appeared, and I was like, oh shit, it's Tracy McGrady. But the good thing was, I had already knew who he was, and I had read up on him that he was a Florida boy and he was country boy. Now, the funniest thing that Mr. T told me, he loves pork and beans. So me being the chef, I decided, and he likes dark meat, chicken legs. He likes chicken legs. So it was a Sunday, I think. I did the barbecue chicken, and I cooked these beans down all day, right? From scratch. I give Mr. T the beans. He's like, Chef, what is this? I said, they're baked beans. He's like, man, just go get some pork and beans out of can. That's what I want, just some pork and beans. I'm like, Mr. T, are you serious? He said, yep. Pork and beans, put a little barbecue sauce in them, and let them do their due. All that work I did.
Just to replace it with some pork and beans, canned pork and beans.
But the great thing about it was it showed the simplicity of a great man. That's one of my fond memories, is doing those beans, letting them cook down all day. And he's like, Chef, you could have just went and got some pork and beans. Can't get any simpler than that. But we had, at that time when I went to work for them, they had only one baby, daughter. That was Layla, Layla just turned 18.
18.
They have an 18-year-old. That tells my age as well. But Layla was 2 years old, and Layla and I were best of friends. We, the morning was Door Explorer, and then years later came Dora's little brother. What was his name? Diego Steven. Since then, so the Layla, and then came Lacey, Layden. We'll tell you about the Layman. It was game day. I had just finished. It was about 6 o'clock, 5:30. And I think Miss C told me, she said, I think he's kicking or more moving or something.
I was literally in labor then, I just didn't realize.
Yeah, so I told her, I said, well, just call me, I'll be at the house. Well, I get no further than maybe a mile up the road, and I get a call, you need to come back, she's having the baby. Yeah. I'm like, what? So in my little hoopty, my Honda Element, I'm like, what car are we gonna take? She's like, we don't have time to get a car out. You just need to take me in your truck. I'm like, in my truck, I'm taking this precious cargo. So, make a long story short, yeah, that little Honda Element that smelled like food and everything else. But the beauty to it all, I'm calling Tracy's security. I'm calling the driver, trying to get Tracy because there's a game. And to tell him that Miss McGrady is having the baby, like, come on, let's get, you got to get there. And he made it there right before Layman was born, right? Or was it?
I think it was right after.
Right after.
Yeah.
Right after.
No, but the beauty is, it was probably more.
Well, they thought I was Tracy at the beginning, remember? And I'm like, I don't need a role.
No, but literally, had we been held up by a train, a long red light, you would have been delivering the baby. It literally, as soon as I got there, I walked into the room, excuse me for the visual, I walked into the room pulling my pants down because he was coming.
Yeah.
So,
You felt it coming?
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
right.
they met us. They met us
yeah.
there at the front entrance of Methodist.
Yeah, no. Had we been held up by a train or something, I would have had the baby in your truck. That's what the crazy thing is.
I would never want to go back through that again.
You got shot because the camera on you now? Huh?
They love her.
You got shot because the camera on you now?
No, mine.
Wow.
All right, my chef friend.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
We got to get one still shot. When I went to do the taster for Mr. T, as I call him, I brought all kind of desserts. Of course, I had cheesecake, peach cobbler, banana pudding, and he just asked me, he said, Chef, is that banana pudding? And I said, no, not banana pudding this morning, but the cheesecake, Mr. T's in the freezer. But I did do your next favorite, which is the apple Dutch. And I know it's all about portion control, so I did the little small miniature ones for you.
Man, that was heated up, boy. Some vanilla ice cream. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you did portion control.
Yeah, I did portion
Because a whole pan of that'd probably be gone in 2 days. Hey, it's all good, baby.
Still run, you do good things, you still put the best out of it. Tracy evolved from the basketball player to he's a businessman before he even became a mega star in the rights of basketball. But there's some things that he started. One of them is his sport agency. So tell us a little bit.
I was doing ESPN for like 4.5 years.
Yeah, on the jump.
Yeah, on the jump. Loved it. Missed the show with Rachel Nichols. We just had our fifth year anniversary. I think it was last week.
It was last week?
Yeah, I think so. But anyways, so during the pandemic that started in 2020, it gave me an opportunity to like recalibrate my thinking because everything came to a stop. You know, before I was back and forth to LA, from Houston to LA. So it gave me an opportunity to just recalibrate my thinking and see what I really want to do moving forward. And my brother Jermaine O'Neal and I was talking a lot during the pandemic, and we came up with it because we both have AAU programs.
Exactly.
His program is a lot bigger than mine. I think he has about 2,000 kids up in Dallas. Yeah, he has a lot. And so the information that we get, you know, from the kids and from their parents and it's just a lot of misinformation that they're getting. We've played this game, been around it for 20-something years, so we know what we're talking about. We know what we see. We know how to, guide these kids to where they want to go. And then if you look around the NBA, 80% of the players look like you and I.
Exactly.
Right, and they're not being represented by
you and
that
I.
look.
Yeah.
The agency send runners out to go establish a relationship with the guys that look like you and I, but when they come back and who they're being represented by, that guy can't relate to these players.
I agree with you.
Right, and that's why we got in. We really want to help these players, maximize who they are as people.
Yeah.
And as a player as well. I think a lot of times the agency is really more concerned about their bottom line, what that player can do for them. I think with us, man, it's just, tapping into the person.
Yeah.
Right? Tapping into the person, knowing their background, because we know how hard it was for us when we came up to make it to where we are.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just the gist of it, man. It's just, mentorship, guiding these young men to, where they want to be in their careers and their professions. And that's pretty much it.
So tell us about Home Court that opened a week ago.
Yeah.
I like the look.
I gotta get you to come down there.
I know.
So
with that, I'm gonna start shipping your cheesecakes down there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So Home Court is a sports bar, but we don't have sports bar food. We serve some healthy servings. Fish. We got good burgers. I got one of my favorites on my menu is a PB&J, peanut butter and jelly burger, and it's phenomenal. But the idea came. I had a buddy of mine in California that helps open up restaurants, and he has about 15-20 restaurants himself, and he took me to a soul food restaurant in Oakland.
Yeah.
And the food was amazing, but what really stood out to me is the location. It was a bad location, no traffic, like it was in an industrial area, and it just wasn't a lot of traffic in this area. But the concept of the restaurant and the owner behind it really is an attraction, and that's why a lot of people was coming there. So I was like, yo, you must know what you're doing to have people come from San Francisco and come in this area that's not a lot of traffic, and this place be successful. This
restaurant's all about location, location.
Right. So I was like, damn. So we started talking about it, and I was like, man, I want to do something in my hometown. Like when I was playing ball, I never thought about opening a restaurant, but as you get older, your ideas and things change.
Building that legacy.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I want to do something back in my hometown. So, I got a team together. They went down, did their due diligence in the area, and man, I was about to open up, pandemic hit, so I had to push it back for a year, and I was like, dude, it's just, I don't think it's gonna happen. And, things starting to come down now, so. And Florida is one of those states where you could dine in. If it was one of those states like California where you got to dine in outside, I probably would have been in trouble. But we opened up last Wednesday, the 24th, February 24th, and it's so far, man, it's just been a huge hit. And,
what I saw of it on the net, particularly the decor, I like the lockers, the way that you kind of set the decor on it.
I had to bring some basketball flavor to it, but. It's tough to gauge when you first start out because you don't know how much food you need. Chef, we ran out of food a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's a damn good thing.
That's a really good thing.
Yeah, ran out of food, man. Ran out of chicken.
Yeah.
And some other dishes that we ran out of, but it's hard to gauge.
Well,
you don't know how
hopefully it'll wind up turning into a destination spot. It's like when you go to Florida. That part of Florida, you've got to go to Home Court. Yeah. And the ideal behind it, Home Court presented by Tracy McGrady is, I want to
franchise that, take that to other guys so they can open it up. So it could be home court by, you know, Chef.
That's
by O'Shea.
Yeah.
That's
You
brilliant.
know what I'm saying?
That's really good.
That's why I did it that way.
Okay, so
So whoever, you know, some of these guys want to do something back
you
in
can
their
tag me as
hometown.
your R&D chef, because when you sell these franchises, how you're going to make your money is you're selling not just the franchise, the name Home Court by, but you want to sell the whole brand, which is your menu and all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was the whole idea. It's not just I wanted to open up a restaurant.
Yeah.
No, I'm opening up a restaurant and giving the guys an opportunity.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, you can do this in your hometown. So it'll be, you know,
Home Court by Draymond Green, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I may have to help you market that.
Like that.
I like that. I mean, it's, you know, I like the name of it, Home Court. And I was thinking, I was like, well, you know, knowing Tracy, he's gonna open one up in Houston, maybe Orlando, Toronto. But I was thinking that your name's gonna follow. But what you're saying is you're inviting other NBA or athletes or whoever, stars.
Yes.
And it's Home Court by.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it has your lineage in it, which it started with Tracy McGrady.
Yes, sir.
All right, so dial 8. No. If you want to open a Home Court, call this man.
Call me. Just call me. Yeah, so that's the whole, you know, idea behind it.
I like that. Man, that's creative there, Mr. T. But no, everybody, I'm glad on my YouTube channel, I'm taking bragging rights. I got the full scoop on Tracy McGrady's Home Court and what the future of it holds.
Yes, sir.
You got the treasure.
I got the treasure.
Yes, sir.
Tracy just told me what he planned on doing with
Yes,
it.
sir.
On top of everything else he does. So the last thing we're gonna do is, I want you to show me your home court here at the house that you built out.
So this piece was actually given to me from one of my my boys that I met when I first moved to Toronto. And you know, if anybody knows me, they know this man meant a lot to me. He's like my brother, and you know, to lose him, man, it was obviously devastating. But that's, you know, I put this up, and every time I walk in my gym, because I come in here a lot, every time I walk in here, man, you know, I pat it and just, you know, let my man know he's always with me. This is where the work goes down. You know what I'm saying? We got the weight room. I don't lift weights no more, but you know, I have 2 boys. My wife works out, my daughters work out, but I do put some work in on the basketball court. You know, I'm in here 3 days a week for myself, just exercising. T-Mac Arena.
T-Mac Arena. I want to thank Mr. T and Ms. C for having me out, allowing me to come out where it all started. And had it not been for brother Tracy McGrady, there would be no Chef Ray. And I give him full credit for that. So thank you, my brother. Home court is where it's at. I'm telling you.
That home court is rubbed off on.
Yeah.